Hello, everyone. I'll give you guys a second to log in, putting on my other earring in the meantime. How's everyone doing today? Let me know when you guys log in. So I'm actually going to change up something really quick. And while you guys log in, let me know how you guys are doing today. Okay. Oh, let's see if anyone comes in today. Oh, you guys are coming in. Hi, hi, hi. I wasn't sure if you guys are coming in today. I know I'm a little bit late. Of course, always have computer issues, so I be trying to get my life together. Hey Vaughn, how are you? She said I'm fine, and you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I have a few things to share with you guys today, so I'm kind of excited. Hey Brownin, I haven't seen you on here in a little while. No, you were here last week. I'm tripping. Who am I? I'm tripping. I'm tripping. How are you guys doing? Did you guys check out? I'm curious. Did you guys check out my Instagram stories this past weekend? I'm only asking because I actually formulated a new I guess shampoo. I don't really have a formal shampoo on my thing. I have a shampoo bar, but like a liquid shampoo I don't have. And so I actually did a shampoo that's for gray hair. It's still up on my story, and I think I added it to my YouTube story as well. So I'm going to be sending out samples this week. I have a few things that I need to actually send out samples for. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. I'm really excited to have people come in and test it out. Um, O'Brien says, and my Instagram is tripping. I can't see all videos, but I saw yours. Well, I'm thankful you saw mine. Um, it is a really nice purpley, rich color. I'm actually, for this week's Tip Tuesday, I'm actually going to use it on my hair, even though I don't really have a ton of gray strands. No, I have gray strands, don't get it twisted, but they are colored like a reddish tint from the henna. So it's not like you're gonna see like major change as somebody who has like fully blonde or fully gray hair. But you guys asked for this for a long time, so I'm finally like getting back around to formulating again. Y'all know my life has just been so busy, and I really wanted to bring something for you guys that you guys were asking for. Also, another thing, if you guys have any questions, week 4 of the challenge for you guys starts this week. If you guys saw my Tip Tuesday video, I made the hair loss tea. I talked about the difference between hair loss, hair shedding, and breakage. So if you guys have any questions regarding any of that, I'm going to put that in the title as well, so people can also come in and ask questions about that. You guys feel free to ask questions about that as well. What else I was going to say? Oh, you guys. So, you know how I always mention that I have eczema, and a lot of people, I don't think you guys have really, really seen my eczema breaks, or I say flare ups, not breaks, my eczema flare ups. Um, but I actually had one last week, and I'm actually kind of mad at myself for not filming when it was at its worst. But I'm actually going to show you guys how bad it is right now, even though we're like 6 days later. And I've been treating it. I've been trying, like the first 3 days, I was like, don't treat it because um, I want to show you guys. I was going to film, but then I went back to, what it is like when you go back to work and then you think that you're going to come home and actually do stuff. And then like I was like packing orders and I never got to film. So I started doing my regular routine whenever I have a flare up. But I want to show you guys what it actually looks like right now because I still feel like it's pretty bad. So I'm gonna just like stand up and show you, which is why I'm kind of wearing this. Let's see here if I can. So this was like all bumps and a rash. You can see it here and here. I usually get eczema flare-ups every fall, especially fall is usually the worst season for me. And I definitely would say I just had a really bad flare up. I would say probably like stress related, probably diet related, trying to, I guess, manage all of that and just my system not really balancing it out. So what I thought I'd do, even though we're kind of like a week later, I still feel like there's enough of it on here to kind of like film a video of what I do to kind of heal that eczema flare up and then show you guys what I do from there on. If you guys are interested in that, let me know, because I definitely think I want to just go ahead and film that process, even if it's for myself. Do it over the next like 7 days so you guys can like see what it looks like each day, what I'm using, what I'm doing to help with this flare up. Oh, hello, hello. Let me see. Hi, Deborah. She says, hi, happy Sunday, Michelle. Hey, the big boy night. He's actually in the other room right now. He's being a bum. He's sleeping. He'll probably come in at some point because I was out in the living room and I just came into the bedroom. So he'll probably pop in because usually he's like, wants to be with me. Hey, Z baby. How are you, dear? Uh, and hi, Sherry. How are you? Hi, Melissa. She says, hey, everyone. So, guys, just let me know, though, if you guys have any questions regarding any of the things, hair loss, hair shedding, breakage, eczema, the protective style challenge. If you have any questions or anything, yeah, I'm here for you guys to answer any questions today. Okay, so Michael says, sister girl, you're a smart and beautiful woman, but you need to get your life together and find you a man and your hair done and go to school and church and cook and clean your house and stay home. I don't know how someone manages to do all of those things, and I am married and all of that already, but yeah. Hi, Sophia. She says, hi, Michelle and everyone. Hey, how are you, dear? Chloe says, yes, I'm definitely interested in an eczema protocol video. I get flare-ups around the same area, usually during the summer or high stress times. Yeah, I think it's just very common for us around this, well, for me, at least around this season and high stress. Like for me, well, summer to fall, sometimes also spring to summer when my allergies are activated or like really high. And also I have fall allergies. It easily can be triggered, but also I would say stress is more causing this type of flare up right now. Um, but yeah, I'll definitely document the video. I'll probably post it like not this Saturday because I want to be able to film for like 7 days. So then probably like the following Saturday, I'll probably do like a Saturday upload of skincare. I'm not gonna promise it once every Saturday, but maybe twice a month on Saturday, I'll do some type of like skincare video for you guys. I was doing that like a while ago last fall, and of course I just fell off again because life got really busy. But now that I'm trying to incorporate more skincare because a lot of you guys also ask me a lot of skincare questions, so I'm trying to balance it out between everything, so you guys can get a little bit of skincare and also the hair care that I'm always going to do for Tip Tuesday for you guys. So guys, do you guys have any questions or anything? I don't want to stay on rambling if you guys don't have questions for me today. I do have a lot of things to get done. As I said, if you guys missed the beginning part of the video, I said I formulated a purple shampoo. So I'm going to be mailing out to everybody who wanted samples. I think that I had emails from earlier in the summer when people were interested in the shampoo for gray hair. So if you guys are still interested in that, I'm going to send out samples to everybody. Also, I'm going to be sending out, I also have a new product that I've been working on too, but I probably won't send out samples until I am completely satisfied. Z Baby says, don't have eczema, but the lifelong learner and nerd in me will probably watch the video. Okay, yeah. I feel like it's a great video. Also, I'm gonna do videos about skincare in general. Like how to remove like dark spots and how to deal with like, I don't get like severe acne flare-ups at all, but I'll get the occasional pimple, and I'll just show you like my routine whenever I get a pimple or whatever. I'll do kind of like a general like skincare video, and then as things come up for me, like if I get dark spots or I get eczema, whatever, I'll like film that in particular as well. Sherry says, yes, I would the skincare videos. How often can you detox your hair with the clay mixture? You can do so every like 2 weeks, I would recommend at most. I was at one point doing a mix of Rasul clay and bentonite clay, but mainly Rasul clay like a while ago, like maybe 2 years ago. And I was using it every week and I didn't have any problems with it. But after about, I would say 6 weeks, I just felt like my hair needed a good shampoo. So I would say every other week is fine. And then use your shampoos every other week too. So like do a shampoo, then the following week do a clay mixture, then the following week do a shampoo and alternate like that. Sophia says, Michelle, have you heard about this Olaplex hair product? Yeah, actually, it's funny. I actually talked about Olaplex 3 years ago on my blog. I made a blog post about it. Olaplex is phenomenal. Again, it's not a protein treatment, it's a bond reconstructor. And so it actually helps for people who are having like breakage, or people who are having dyeing their hair or coloring their hair or doing some type of chemical. And even if you're not doing a chemical process, again, as we do a lot of wear and tear in our hair, we do get a lot of breakdowns. So that actually helps to repair the bonds in our hair. So you can use Olaplex in conjunction with protein treatments, not on the same day. I would definitely space it out, but I think Olaplex is amazing. I have not personally used it. I have friends who have recommended it to, who are use color in their hair, who dye their hair blonde, who I highly recommend it to, and it's been like life changing for them. Hey Nika, how are you, dear? Hey Brenda Bell, how are you? Oh, more people are signing on. Hey Z baby, she said did the full henna treatment. My front side edges got really brown and dry. I didn't have gray hair. Why did that happen? Your front got really brown and dry, like your edges. You're talking about? You said your front side edges. So sometimes I will say this. Sometimes our edges can be a little bit lighter texture than the rest of our hair. Uh, what what henna did you use? Did you use my gloss bar, or did you use like the henna? I think I recommended the. Why can't I think of the name right now? I used to have it right here. That's why I'm looking over here. What brand did you use, and how long did you leave it on? And it's normal for your hair to turn like a reddish brown color with using henna, and it will, as you use henna more over time, it will like deposit more of that reddish color. Also, sometimes, even though, like for me, I know that the texture around my edges is actually lighter than the texture of my rest of my hair, so I will notice different effects of the henna. But the dryness probably came because henna is, remember if you saw my video, henna can act like a protein treatment. So if you need more moisture, go ahead and deep condition your hair, or make sure you are right now moisturizing your hair, moisturizing your edges as well. And I'll say this, henna can be drying for some people. Um, that's just the way it is. And I think as you learn your hair and learn like how to mix, oh yeah, the new part. Okay. She said I added aloe, almond, cyprium. And you can add all those things and it can still be a bit drying for your hair. So just make sure you deep condition after you use it always, okay? Hi Tammy, how are you? Deborah says, "Oh, here comes Nye. I told you that he'll hear me start talking and he'll come in. Hi baby. Hi." Deborah says, "Please tell me, and I'm sure you have already covered this, but teas, how long can I use if I keep in the fridge?" I made green tea with hibiscus, fenugreek, and MSM. I also added rosemary oil. You can keep teas in your fridge up to 7 days and then toss it out and then make another batch. If you want to try it longer, you have to freeze it. There's no preservatives, and the teas that I recommended for you guys, I did not add a preservative to because we were using them up every week. But if you're not using it up by the end of the week, I recommend freezing it and then defrosting it when you want to use it again if you don't want to preserve your mixture. Oh, Z baby said, let it sit for 4 hours, left on my hair 4 hours, which is it's a normal amount of time. That's not anything excessive. Z baby, it could just be too strong for your hair. Try a lesser time. Try letting it sit on your hair for maybe 2 hours. And see how your hair responds. I'll say this, henna can be drying for some people. Which is why I always recommend my gloss bars if you're new to henna, because it has like the moisturizing and the henna mixed together. But if not, it's okay. Do your deep condition. And this week, don't do anything that's drying for your hair. Don't do anything that's strengthening for your hair. You're going to focus a lot on moisture, Z baby. Okay. We're for Tip Tuesday, we're going to be focusing on hot oil treatments that actually might be good for your hair as well. So you can do like a hot oil treatment as a pre-poo. Um, and then I know wait, for this week, what are we doing? Oh, y'all are doing the hair loss tea for this week. I'm trying to think like what was I doing last week? Because I'm a week ahead of you guys. So you can use the hair loss tea because it has the amla, has the green tea and black seed. I would use that, but I would also use something a little bit more moisturizing as well. So um if you have my leave-in, I would focus that just a little bit on your edges. Make sure they still stay very moisturized. Okay. Oh, Nora says, "Hey Michelle, and hey everyone, happy Sunday. Hey everyone, hey hey." Uh, let's see. Yolanda says, hey, Michelle, I'm glad to say I got a professional trim and my ends were actually not that bad. Only I had an inch trimmed off. That is so good. Yes, I love to hear it. Sophia says, Michelle, your skin is so lovely. Your face and body has the same hue. What I meant, your skin color is uniform. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I hope if you zoomed in and saw what I just showed everybody, maybe I'll do it again and talk about it again now that more people are on the chat. But I was just telling everyone that I had an eczema flare up, and it's actually why I'm wearing what I'm wearing today, because I was saying that I had a really bad flare up last week and I was kind of disappointed that I didn't film it for everyone. Um, because it was like at its peak. Like I think like Sunday when I started to film, I noticed that my eczema was starting to flare up. But then Monday it was bad, and Tuesday it was bad, and I kept saying to myself like, film your procedure so people can see what it's like when you have an eczema flare up. And I did not get to it, but like today I'm about to film, and I'm like, okay, well I've done my procedure for 7 days, but I still want to show you guys like I do have bad eczema and you guys never see it. So I'm going to just zoom in again since I feel like a lot more people are on. But this is what I'm dealing with, okay? And it's definitely calmed down some, but it was really like inflamed on Monday and Tuesday. So I'm just gonna do my normal routine that like I always do whenever I have a really bad flare up, and I'll be filming that for you guys, even though I know I'm like a week later. But thank you, Sophia. I'm gonna get my skin right back to its normal complexion, and everything's gonna be back to being uniform. It always happens for me a lot in the fall. Whenever I'm really highly stressed, my eczema really flares up. Yolanda says, what threw me off was the growth. I didn't know I was past bra strap length. I was so excited. Hey, yes. I love to hear that, sis. Yes. Get them inches. Uh Oh, Delana says, oh, please save this live for me. I missed most of it. You look gorgeous. You're glowing. What's the secret? um, Delana, I always save. All of my lives are saved on my YouTube. So you can always go back. If you miss anything, you can always go back and watch it. I will be doing a skincare video for you guys to tell you guys what I do to get my glowing skin. It's really nothing. I actually have an older video that I filmed maybe 2 years ago. I have improved some techniques, but a lot of it for me is that because I have dry skin, I do a lot of like oil cleansing and really get a lot of hydration in my body. But I've also been using niacinamide, and that really helps to like have your skin remove like dark spots and glowing and all that. So I will definitely share all of that with you guys in a video very soon. I think, like I said, I think this week I'm going to show you how I've been like dealing with my eczema flare up and what caused it, or what I think caused it, and I'll talk about that. And then the following, not the following Saturday, but the following Saturday after that, so 2 weeks later, um I'll do like a regular what I use for my skincare. Let's see. Oh, hey Pamela, how are you, dear? I love that you be coming on. I was actually just watching your video right before I went live of you. Like, I think you were moisturizing your hair. Your hair is the thriving, Pam. Like, oh my God, your hair is so beautiful. Yolanda says, my question: if I had a restorative treatment done at the salon, when I go to wash my hair, can I go in with a henna treatment? Uh, when I go to wash my hair, can I go in with a henna treatment? I would wait. When was your salon treatment done? Was that last week? And you want to do a henna this week? I will wait another 2 weeks before that. Okay, I wouldn't do it right after, because restorative treatments generally have some type of, I would say, usually proteins, amino acids, or like ceramides, or a combination of that, which can be very strengthening for your hair. And I'm sure it has moisture in it too, because usually restorative will give you a bit of both. So I wouldn't necessarily go in with the henna treatment right away. I would at least wait a week or two to do the henna treatment. Sharon says, hello, Michelle and everyone. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Hey, Faith. How are you, dear? Sharon says, you poor baby. Is that caused by stress? Yeah. So my eczema flare-ups are caused by stress, change of season. But I would say probably this is stress, more stress related. I haven't had an eczema flare-up this bad in so long. And of course, it's kind of interesting because it happened right around when I went back to work. Um, so I would probably say more stress related. Usually my eczema flare-ups, I can get like, as soon as I start to see the bumps and start to see my skin becoming inflamed, I usually can do what I need to do it and like take care of it right away. And this time I was trying to do everything and it was just it was not giving anything. It was not. Um and so I had to do my back to my old techniques, which I'll share with you guys in a video, what I do to get my inflamed skin to calm down and, work with that. Okay, so Tammy says, "Hi, is it hard growing your hair when you're older?" Tammy, it can be. It depends on, but yes, hormonal issues can definitely affect hair growth. It can cause slower hair growth. It can cause your hair also to come out drier than usual. Um, so yes, it definitely can, and I'm actually coming out with a line for those with gray hair, grayer strands, and it's basically going to be focused more on providing more moisture to your hair and dealing with scalp issues, which is, kind of the core of that. But I would talk to your doctor if you feel like you're having like your hormonal imbalances, or you feel like your hair and everything's not growing like it used to, and your skin's maybe drier than it should. I would, go talk to your doctor, make sure you're getting enough nutrients. I know like sometimes as we age, we don't get enough fatty acids in our diet, omega-3s and all of that. So, I would just go check, make sure everything else is okay, and then try to, you know, work on that, and then do some of the things that we kind of talk about, like scalp massages on your scalp to help stimulate those hair follicles. You can use essential oils like peppermint and rosemary to also help rejuvenate your scalp. And, I will say I haven't done all the research it is to do about as you age, but I do know it can definitely cause slower hair growth, but we want to make sure you're at least at optimal, which means that like you're getting all your vitamins, you're getting your nutrients, you're doing all the things you should do to make sure your hair is at its peak for growing. Okay, so faces, what toothpaste do you use? You have perfect dental formula. Oh, I don't know, but I'm actually someone else asked me what foundation and concealer. I actually don't really use, right now I don't have any foundation on my skin. I do have a shimmer. That's all I put on today was a shimmer and some lipstick and eyeshadow. But it's not that I don't wear foundation. I just haven't been for a while. I don't wear concealer. Usually if I'm wearing foundation, I'll bring all that in real quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab everything. Okay, I'm back. All right, so you guys want to know what toothpaste I'm using, and I'm not even gonna lie, it probably varies because I'm always like, what's on sale? I get it at Costco's. So it's just the Colgate Total Whitening Bow. Let's see, no, zoom out. That's probably better. So this is the one I use. Um, Again, I don't have any foundation on, but I did put some shimmer around like here. I didn't put it on my forehead. I put it on a little bit on my nose and a little bit here, and I'm using the oh, it's my Ray Ray palette. Okay, let's zoom back here. And I literally just use that one. Actually, wait, yeah, that one fell and broke. I never used it, but I'm using this little one. That's what gives me a little bit of like shimmer up top and shimmer on my nose. And I was using, oh, I don't even know who this is. This is like drugstore foundation. And honestly, I haven't even bought anymore. And I'm completely out, and I've had it for over a year. Because I don't really use foundation that often. Like, I'll use it once in a blue moon, and you probably shouldn't keep it longer than a year. And it's probably been like, when I purchased this before COVID happened. So you can tell how often I use foundation. And I haven't, it's been 18 or 19 months since I purchased it. It's like, I think it's Maybelline. I'm so terrible. I know, I know. But yeah, this was the brand. If I can find it, I'll like put it, I got it from CVS. I didn't even like get it from somewhere fancy. I'm just not really a big makeup person because I am terrible with makeup. Um, yeah, and this is a niacinamide. Let me zoom out. I'm trying. I have to like change my lens if I want to like zoom in right now because I have my wide set lens in. But this is a niacinamide serum I'm using, and I'll also be making a video about it. But I get it from Good Molecules. They're a black-owned company. I actually have like their whole thing. I'm super obsessed. Um, they actually sent me a package, right? Like a influencer package, I think earlier this summer, and I really fell in love with it. And I had already heard about niacinamide and used it before, but I kind of had stopped for some time. And once they sent me that in the package again, it like reinvigorated my love for it. And so I went, I ordered more, and I'm obsessed with it. So I actually just signed up to be an affiliate with them because I'm like, I love their products, and if I'm gonna be recommending it to people, I would rather, be able to get a little bit of something from it. But yeah. Let's see what else is asking. Okay. Yolanda says, I'm really for the dark spots because I want to learn how to get rid of dark spots on my face. Yeah, I got you for that. I got you, Yolanda. I actually have like 2 masks that I do. I'll also be using it for my my neck once my eczema has pretty much like calmed down and not been inflamed. I will actually put that the mask on my neck to bring it back down to my normal skin color complexion. So I'll definitely show you about that. Um, Okay, let me see here. Sandy says, so black seed on Amazon, it says cumin. Is that right? Yeah, it's a black cumin seeds. Correct. Yolanda says, it was done Saturday, so yesterday. Oh, yeah. Yolanda, I would definitely wait for at least 2 weeks then to do some henna treatment or anything. Nora says, also makeup look would be great. Which foundation or concealer do you use? Okay, I think I answered that. I want to get back into concealer, but when I use foundation, I would just use this everywhere, under my eyes, everywhere. I don't have a lot of discoloration unless I'm having, again, an eczema flare-up, which, by the way, you guys, I have eczema also around here, and I'm thankful that this didn't have a bad flare-up like this. So I'm thankful that it only stayed located here. But yeah. Faith says, I always thought black seed was black cumin seeds. Yeah, Faith, you're correct. Sandy says, how about a wing eyeliner tutorial? Okay, yeah. I'll do, you know what? I'm going to keep these ideas on because I will talk about skincare more, and I'll even talk about my makeup routine. I use that in parentheses. I do wear makeup. I'm just not that great at doing it, but I'll share what I know. Yolanda says, when formulating products, I see that it takes forever to melt down the BTMS. Is it possible to have the heat on high? Oops, what did I scroll up? Is it possible to have the heat on high or medium, or does it have to be on low heat? So, Yolanda, it's important to melt down the BTMS, I would say, on the lowest heat setting as possible, because generally you're mixing it with other butters and oils, and you don't want to overheat the other butters and oils and ruin their properties. Um, the temperature that you really want to get to, and they call it heat and hold in the formulating community, is actually about 70 degrees Celsius. And you want to heat it up to that point and then hold it there. When you turn the heat on medium or high, you have less ability to regulate that. And once it gets high, it's harder to cool it back down. So the point is to like heat it up on the lowest setting as possible, because also you don't want to destroy any of the nutrients from any of the oils and butters that you're adding. Hence for me, like I always use the unrefined properties of oils, like the unrefined shea butter, unrefined mango butter. The same with my almond oils and my other stuff because it has the most nutrients. Now, when you heat it up to a high temperature, you destroy some of that. So I try to keep it right where it's at its maximum, where the properties are not destroyed. Um, and that is the nature of BTMS. It's also one of the reasons why I added to some of my butters and stuff, because when I'm shipping it long distances, I don't want products just melting everywhere. So I definitely add to that, but that is the nature of BTMS. Um, yeah, I wouldn't try to excessively heat it. That's all. Nika says, ugh, I have this hydrotic eczema and it totally itches and comes on summertime. Who the heck comes up with these things? I know. I know. Mine, usually spring to summer can be bad because of my allergies. Something triggers my eczema flare-ups, but every fall to winter, it comes like clockwork, but never this bad. This is probably the worst it's been in years. I don't know. Okay, Sandy. Okay, yeah. Nora says, two bald spots on my edges. Stop tight hairstyles and hot combs over 2 years ago, but edges keep falling out. I think the roots are weak. Which herb should I prioritize? I saw a dermatologist earlier already. Okay, so I would prioritize your Brahmi and Bringraj. Those are your strengthening root, hair follicle herbs, strengthening at the hair follicle herbs, and your Fenugreek. Sorry, my brain drew a blank. Those strengthen the hair at the follicle level. But I would really, the Brahmi and the Bringraj, they are like the more powerful ones to me, for the strengthening at the hair follicle level. I would do it in an oil, or you can do like a little bit of a mass paste treatment and like put like water and the herbs together and then put it right on there and let it like seep in and leave it on. You don't even have to do your whole hair. You can, but I will say those herbs can be a bit drying because they're so strong at working down at the follicle level. I would do like they call like a hair pack, but I would do that. Focus on those areas. Leave it on for like an hour, rinse it off, condition your hair, give yourself a nice little massage. If you want to infuse into oils too, that's also great. Tiki Tom says, hi everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to our chat. Deborah says, I love your skin too. It doesn't look like you wear any makeup at all, just a little moisturizer. You are glowing and your hair growing. I plan on taking MSM during the winter. I want those inches. Yes. I'm actually probably going to be taking MSM back in the wintertime too. So definitely, definitely. It's a great time to, put your hair away, let it grow, optimize your health by taking, the right nutrients and things that you need to have maximum hair growth. And you're right. I don't wear a lot of makeup. That's just I never learned, and so I'm always been whatever I can find that's easiest and affordable. Nora says, "Oh wow, your skin looks sorry. Your skin looks like you have foundation on." Sis, looking forward to that skincare routine. Oh, thank you, thank you. That is, I would say that is definitely due to my skincare routine, and water. Drinking a lot of water. Can we talk about that for a second, y'all? Are y'all been drinking your water? Mm-hmm. Don't yell at me for this plastic bottle. But have y'all been drinking your water lately? Because when we did our MSM challenge and I was really harping on everybody about drinking more water. I hope you guys didn't just fall back off into not drinking water. As I know there was a few of y'all who were telling me that you guys had issues with drinking water, but I cannot stress how much being hydrated can make an impact on how your skin looks and feels. Topical things are always wonderful, but inside, baby, inside. Um, Sophia says, you don't need foundation because your skin is even, Michelle. Your face and neck is the same hue. You are blessed. Go, girl. Love you. Oh, thank you, Sophia. Thank you. Faith said, you're beautiful. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Y'all making me blush today. Thank you. Hey, Jackie. She says, hi, Michelle. How are you? Your hairstyle looks really nice. Thank you. Thank you. If you guys saw the video for last week's Tip Tuesday on hair loss, this is the same style. I did refresh it 2 days ago. I've been using the hair loss tea and it was getting a little bit fuzzy. So I just like redid the style, put it right back into it, moisturized it, and then that's it. It's the same style, really. Thank you, though. Nora says, I also noticed you don't have any dark spots or hyperpigmentation. Is that because you wear sunscreen every day, or is there something in particular you use? And whenever I'm having a dark spot or anything, I will try to address it like right away. So I have a mask that I use with turmeric that really helps with the dark spots. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, it will help immediately with your dark spots. And then I use the niacinamide that will also like take care of it on a I don't say on a chemical level, but on a chemical level it will help. Niacinamide is there's plant-based ones, there's chemical-based ones. The company I'm using is plant-based. I love them. So it's a combination of both, but because I do get, I have to show you guys when I get my next pimple, and you guys have probably seen it in a video or two. It's not like I get them that often, but I try to really leave stuff alone. But still, sometimes if I pick at it and it starts to get dark, I'll immediately like use my stuff to get the inflammation down. And once it's healed, I'll immediately start with my turmeric mask. And also, turmeric has anti-inflammatory properties. So like my turmeric, honey, and yogurt mask right on there. Get that taken care of. And in conjunction, after doing the mask, I will also use my niacinamide serum. And I have a vitamin C serum that I also use that helps to get your skin back to normal. So, yeah. And I will say I use sunscreen every day like I used to. But I do use sunscreen when I do go out. Yeah, sunscreen is very important, you guys. Sophia says, "Oh, hello, Needham." Sophia says, "Michelle, your experience flare up and your skin is lovely. I have a good computer and it shows everything. Your skin looks perfect." Oh, thank you, thank you. Octavia says, "You're still beautiful." Y'all are so sweet. Y'all are so nice. Sandy said, "FYI, bring garage oil is drying." Yeah, it can be very dry, but because it has a lot of strengthening properties and it literally goes down to the hair follicle, which is why I highly recommend it. But I do recommend, following up with your moisturizer and your deep conditioning. So yeah. Hi Beppu. Yolanda says, "Yeah, I've heard of urban skincare because I was curious about using them." Are you talking about Good Molecules or Urban? I don't know about urban skincare, but the one I was using is called Good Molecules. So yeah. Hi Janine. Nika says, "Ugh, I'll be back. I've got to record something before I rinse my hair." Okay, yeah, girl. I'll see you in a few. Sharon says, "Yes. Thank you, thank you." Sherry says, "Yes to water." Now, this says, "I'm still planning on getting blood work done so I can determine the reason for so much shedding." Yeah, I would definitely recommend that, sis. Excuse me. Janine says, "I've been slacking a little, but overall I'm good with my water intake." Good, 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 Janine. Um, Z Baby says, "I use aloe vera gel, castor oil, a cream to seal, and flat twisted. Would it be too much manipulation to take down flat twist and put more aloe gel, etc. if dry hint the edges?" Oh no, honey. Go ahead and take it down and then re-moisturize your hair and put it back up. Because if your edges are dry and you're not getting enough moisture because you can't reach them or whatever properly, it kind of defeats the point of having protective style. So yes, no, take it down, re-moisturize it. I did 2 days ago. I just felt like my hair needed a bit of moisture. Again, I feel like we had fall that happened on Tuesday. Fall started, and the dryness, I felt it immediately in the air. And so, it's just the season for it. And that's why I said I'm about ready to, make sure I get my moisturize my hair, but I'm ready to slap on them butters real quick, okay? It's time to almost bring back that fall routine, okay? Sophia says, "I drink water every day and my skin looks moist." Yes, yes. Hi Trish the Natural. Hi dear. Welcome to the chat. Hey, Desandra. Hello, hello. Hi, Kimmy from Lagos. Am I saying it right? I don't know. I'm terrible. Nigeria. Z Baby says, "I've been drinking my water. I notice I drink more when I'm consistent with my workouts." Yeah, yeah. Your body also like craves more water when you work out because you're depleting it. Sophia said, "Michelle, your cheeks are red because you're blushing." I am. You guys kept complimenting me and it made me feel like, thank you. I appreciate it. Um, oh, Janine says, "I keep hearing about niacinamide." Yeah, I will. When I do my video, I'll talk about all ingredients. Like when I do my skincare, I'll tell you guys why it's important, why you should use it, when to look for it in products. I'll give you guys the scoop, okay? Because y'all have been asking for a skincare video for a while, and I think I have some time where I can film for you guys. I'm gonna just take a few days off of work and just get some things out and done. So yeah. Nicole says, "Hey everyone, good afternoon, Neon, Michelle." Hi Nicole, how are you? Trish says, "Yes, please show us your routine." I will. I will. Deborah says, to Nora, "Add rosemary too, mixed with almond oil, massage, massage, massage. It helped with my edges and my eyebrows." Yeah. Yolanda says, "When using the face mask or the serums, how long did it take for the skin to even out or the black spots to fade away?" Um, it takes time. It's not like an easy, like in 1 week you're gonna have perfectly even skin. But I would say after, like, if you do the mask and you can do the turmeric yogurt mask that I'm gonna like give you guys. You can do it like if you're having like really bad dark spots, you can do it like almost every day or every other day for like a week or two, and you'll definitely notice like major difference. Your skin still might be a little bit dark, but it will definitely start to fade. You'll start to be able to say like a week or two, you'll start to notice it, especially with the niacinamide. It will definitely help. Um, You'll also see because I'll do the mask on this. Like this has to completely heal first, um, before I start doing too much with it because my eczema can be real iffy. So I want to make sure that it's completely good before I start adding other things to it right now. I'm going to continue with my normal routine, which I'll share. But yeah, I would say within like 1 to 2 weeks, you should notice like significant difference. But for it to go all the way, fade all the way into nothing, it's probably going to take some time. But it's really about being consistent. I cannot stress that enough. Kind of like with your hair care routine, right? Once once your skin like has enough, I would say, or not an overproduction of melanocytes. I'm mispronouncing it, I know. But once your skin kind of gets into where it needs to be, it will be an easier and easier process. And I'll talk about more of that when I get more into skincare. It's so funny because I used to never care about skincare when I was growing up because I wasn't someone who never really had bad pimples or stuff. My biggest issue and always has been is dry skin. Um, because I have, eczema prone skin. And when I was a baby, I had eczema like all over me. And growing up, I had eczema. So, like, I didn't have your typical, like, extremely oily skin and acne prone issues, but I had dark spots from or after having eczema breakups, right? Breakouts, not breakups, breakouts. So that's where my dark spots came from. And I learned a lot about that and soothing that and using that, like, using the oats, using oatmeals, doing oat baths and all that. I don't know how I've got on this tangent, but basically, um, yeah, I'll definitely share all of that information with you guys to help you fade them out. It's not going to be a perfect, easily straight line process, but I would say you will definitely notice results within like a week to 2 weeks, and just keep using it, and it'll help to fade it out. Um, Nicole says you're a gorgeous queen for sure. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Nicole. Jackie says, hi, Michelle. Can I use fenugreek seeds as a leave-in conditioner daily to thicken my roots and also give my hair volume? Are you talking about like soaking your fenugreek seeds in water and then using that as a spray? Yes, you can use that. GD Loves Me says, what moisturizer do you recommend for 4C hair? I joined late, so I'm not sure if you covered this. Oh, so I have a whole product line. GD Loves Me. And basically, yes, I always recommend my products, right? I have a leave-in and a twist cream that is very moisturizing for your hair. But if you don't have access to my products, I always want to tell you this. To know if you have a good moisturizer, you want to look for things in any type of product that has humectants. Those are your glycerin, your panthenol, your polyquat, your honeyquats. Any of those things are humectants. Those things are going to track moisture from the environment to your hair. Obviously, you want to look for things that contain water in the first ingredient, or aloe in the first ingredient, rose water in the first couple of ingredients. Look for things like that because those are going to provide your hydration. And then you want to look for stuff that contains oils and butters later on. And try to avoid products try to avoid products that contain mineral oil. I know that there's debate. Some people love it, but if you're really looking to get your hair at least to a balance of hydration, finding moisturizers like those will help you. So yes, I have my products. Yes, I have my line, but there are a ton of great products out there. Main Choice has some really good ingredients. I'm trying to think of like other brands that I used to use. Niche Lavish Leave-In. But just look at ingredients. What you'll find on my channel is I talk a lot about ingredients because I think ingredients are most important, and that people can always just tell someone like, oh, go buy this and go buy that. But try to understand why people are recommending things to you and what would possibly work for you and your hair. Also, if your hair is dry, which I'm assuming you're asking this type of question, you probably want to make sure you're cleansing your hair often, you're deep conditioning your hair. I would say every wash day, especially if you have 4C hair, hair tends to be much drier, and then you're using either some form of the LCO or the LOC process. You're leaving your cream, moisturizer, and your some type of oil or butter, depending on your hair porosity. I know that's may not everything you're asking, but I just want to give you a general gist of everything. Marie says, "Hello, Michelle. Michelle, should you check the pH? Oh, sorry, I scrolled up. The pH level of DIY tea spritzes. Yes, you can definitely check the pH of your tea spritzes. Um, yeah, I would check them. If you don't have it, I would say most of them are generally okay because a lot of them are going to have a lower pH, which is great for your hair. A lot of teas have a pH are usually around about 4, um, 4, 3. Well, I would say 3, but maybe like 4 to 5, and that's generally where you want to be. I will say though, the longer you steep your herbs into your waters and to make your teas, the lower the pH can be. So if you do some of the recommended times that I say, like an hour or 2 hours, you generally will have a good pH around 4 to 5. But if you don't know, if you're new to formulating or if you're new to using stuff, get a couple of pH strips from Amazon. I have them in my Amazon store and dip them in and use them. Okay, let me scroll up. Okay, what else did I miss? Okay, Needham says exfoliation and brightening skin products are important if you struggle with acne, dark spots, and dull skin. Yeah. The one thing I will say this, and I've read so much about exfoliation, I feel like sometimes we become so excessive with exfoliation. And I'll do a video about this because I used to follow this dermatologist like years ago. And he used to always say that sometimes we're exfoliating too much, and when you exfoliate too much you can also cause an overproduction of the melanin, whatever you call them, in your skin, and it can also make your skin darker. So it's finding a perfect balance of exfoliating and brightening, and he always used to recommend chemical exfoliants over, as opposed to like granular ones that like your sugar scrubs and all that. Now they do have a place, right? But sometimes it can also disrupt your skin and cause like a breakdown of that, and then cause your skin to actually create more dark spots over time. Obviously not right away, but over time. But finding that perfect balance. I used to use exfoliations more, and I found that actually irritated my skin a lot, because my skin tends to be on the drier side. But as you said, I see you're talking about like acne and dark spots. Like that can definitely help if you're more acne prone. If you have drier skin, um, you want to stick to maybe more like your chemical exfoliates that are light. Um, I'll talk about that too because I use hyaluronic acid, which I love. It's also very moisturizing for your skin. There's so much to talk about in skincare. Like I love skincare as much as I love hair care because I think they're kind of like related, right? People got to look at your face and people got to look at your hair. So, Yolanda says, "What would a fall routine look like?" Yolanda, I actually have an old video, old fall routine video. It's not old; it's from last year. But for me, that means using more moisturizing products, maybe heavier products, and it's just gonna be different for everybody. But also protecting your style, which kind of we're already in the protective style challenge, which is why I started it in the fall-ish season because this is the time that our hair is drier. For me, that also means using more humectant-based products. Um, and for me, it's about combining humectants. You'll see. I'm actually going to talk about this in the new product that I'm formulating. Really learning more about like combining multiple humectants together to really lock in that moisture without necessarily needing an external butter. But for now, I'm still currently using external butters and external oils, like thicker butters and thicker oils, to make sure my hair is locked in. Um, so yeah, but I talk about that in that fall video. It's like fall winter routine. I think it's from last year or 2 years ago. I think it was last year. I don't know, y'all. I did so many videos now at this point. It's hard to like get it together. But yeah, that's really the gist of it, is making sure your hair is more moisturized during this time, because if you're like me, your area gets more dry, and then we also, as we enter wintertime, it just gets the air is dry, it's cold, it's brittle, it's terrible. It's just terrible. Z Baby says, Sandy Max, see, thanks for the info. I'll be sure not to use my Bring Garage right now until I get my moisture back on track. Oh, yeah, yeah. Janine says, I'm looking forward to your skincare routine. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's Legos. Okay. Legos. I got it. Thank you, Nita. Janine says, I made a DIY serum when mine ran out. I think it's flaring my acne. Um, it could be. Depends on what you put in your serum. Everybody's serum is a little bit different, and um, I would need a lot more information to probably help you out. But yeah. And the thing is, I will say this, like when it comes to products like the niacinamide and even hyaluronic acid that I'll talk about, if you're formulating, because I see you're talking about formulating, you have to use them at a right percentage, and you also have to get your skin used to using them at those particular percentages because um they can be strong for your skin. So yeah, you might just need like something less. Use it every other day until your skin can get used to it. But I don't know what you put in it. Nina says, we'll definitely try this turmeric mask. Okay, okay. Nika says, back. Hey, sis. Z-Baby said, you had dark spots? How do you get rid of them? I had one by my nose pretending it's a mole. I think I kind of answered this already, but if not, there will be a full video about it. Yolanda says, but if you missed it, I was talking about turmeric mask, and I was talking about niacinamide, vitamin C, but turmeric, yogurt, honey masks are amazing, amazing for getting rid of your dark spots, and then your niacinamide and your vitamin C's, and really adding more moisture to your skin will help to balance it out too. So it'll be a full video though. Yolanda says, I forgot the correct name for it, but will you still give us a tutorial video on how to use the pH meter? Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. I can definitely do that. I definitely forgot about that, Yolanda. I will do that. I'm putting it in my notes. Geneva says, do you find it beneficial to use avocado with honey or other natural ingredients? Beneficial if you use them at all on your natural hair? So Geneva, I don't use avocado because I'm allergic to it, but there are benefits to using all natural ingredients. I use honey, I use um, yogurt, I've used coconut milk. They all serve a purpose. I've used banana. I've used a lot of things to help bring moisture or strength to my hair in the past. If you notice, like a lot of my DIYs, you'll see I'll like use teas and honeys, and I haven't done like I'm trying to think. My last yogurt video was probably when I did the henna mask, um, my henna coffee mask, and I use yogurt in that. Or coconut cream. I don't know. I have videos with using different products, like food products, right? As some people say, don't use food in your hair. Some of them serve a purpose for more adding moisture to your hair. So I definitely think there are benefits for using them. If I could use avocado, I would. I honestly would, but I'm severely allergic to it, so you will never see me using that. But yeah. Jackie says, hi, Michelle. Thank you for answering my question. You're welcome. Let's see. Honor says, regarding growing back bald posts on my edges, I will start using a Brahmi Bringraj mask on wash day, just on the edges. How about a tea that I can use daily on my edges that it's not drying? I would use the hair loss tea that I mentioned in this past week's Tip Tuesday, with the green tea, the amla, and the what is my brain? Oh, black seeds. I was like, my brain's not working. So yeah. Shaneka says, hi, thanks for your commitment and time. I transitioned since 2018, but only started taking care of my hair 2019, 2020. And I've seen changes, but boy, edges are hardest. Any recommendations? For your edges, are they like breaking off, or they're just not growing at all? Like, what are you experiencing the most? I can just recommend this, and then you can come back if you need more. I would say the same thing I said to Shaneka. I would definitely use some type of herbal tea infused on your edges. Like, you can spray that out on your edges. I would definitely use oils and massages. Those are probably the best things I can recommend for your edges, and just being patient. Also, sometimes when it comes to edges, it depends on what you were doing during that time to lose them, right? So it might take a little bit longer for your edges to respond, and in some cases, they may never fully be back where they used to be prior to like maybe wearing excessive braids and pulling and losing some of them. So really just being patient, using your Ayurvedic oils, using like the hair loss tea that I recommended from my last video on Tip Tuesday, and massaging your edges. Yolanda says, I was thinking of creating a DIY leave-in with aloe vera as a liquid and marshmallow root and slippery elm bark as a base. However, should I keep the aloe vera on low so it wouldn't boil out the nutrients? Are you using fresh aloe, Yolanda, or are you using the like the pre-bought? I don't want to say pre-bought, but like the store-bought one? Because it depends on, because aloe does have a high point, so you probably can't say you probably can boil it out, but you can also add it later. But if you're formulating something, are you okay, Yolanda? Sorry, I just said like multiple things, and I know I was all over the place. Yolanda, are you actually using an emulsion process when you say you're doing a DIY leave-in, or are you just making like a water-based leave-in with your slippery elm and aloe vera? Because that's also going to depend on what I'm going to say next. Okay, sorry, I know I was a little over the place. Lou says, do you have OnlyFans? No, I do not. Misty says, hi, everyone. Hi, dear. Nicole says, my skincare regimen, Moroccan red clay with pumpkin seed oil once or twice a week, and goat milk and hemp cleanser. Wow, awesome for my skin. Yeah, that's amazing. I love clay masks. They have their place, and they can be very amazing for your skin. And goat milk, A1, girl. Marie says, thank you. You're so welcome. Does the fenugreek powder have the same effect as the seeds? So yeah, I'm not sure if you realize that the powder is actually just the seeds ground up. They're the same exact thing, so they will have the same effects. So yeah. I will say this though. If you're using, and I don't know what, since you're asking me this, if you put the seeds in water, they will produce a clear mucilage, whatever, that you can strain and use as like a spray. If you put the water on the powder though, the powder will become hydrated and you'll get a thick mucilage out of it. It will become like a mask. If you look at my fenugreek mask that I did, it's things like fenugreek, coconut milk, and oils, and I blended it up. It literally gets to like a thick gelatinous thing that's not really easily sprayed onto your hair. Now you definitely can strain it, but you're not gonna get like that like tea-like mixture like you would if you were using the seeds. It's just when the powder is ground up to make that fenugreek powder, it allows room for the water to attach more to the seeds and create more of that thick mucilage that is harder to strain as opposed to the seeds that are not ground. Does that make sense? Charmaine says, hi from Philadelphia, just clicked in. Hey sis, how are you? Needham says, I'm looking into chemical exfoliants instead of physical ones. Results seem to be 50-50 among people with dark skin. Trying to figure out what is safe for sensitive skin. Yeah, I feel you. Daniel says, there is no such thing as white privilege. Oh boy, here we go. Let me let's remove some comments here. Janine says, my DIY serum, half rose water, quarter glycerin, a few drops of tea tree, a little bit of camellia, jojoba, and argan oils. I don't see why that would necessarily break out your skin, but try removing right now. I would just suggest taking out the argan oil real quick and seeing how your skin responds. Sometimes, or even though argan oil is amazing, sometimes people feel that it can be a bit heavy on their skin, on their facial skin. If you feel that, try removing that from it and see how your skin likes that, okay? Yolanda says, can hyaluronic acid be used in hair products too? Yes, it can. It's actually in my own Aloe Deep Conditioner because it has the ability to attract so much water. I would say almost 100 times its weight in water, which is why I love to add it to my deep conditioner, because you're going to put that on your hair, you're going to set in your steamer, and it's going to attract so much water to your hair. Yes. It's very interesting because I feel like people are just starting to get into using hyaluronic acid in hair products because they've been using it in skin products. But meanwhile, I've been hip to the game, okay? I'm just playing, but yeah, no, definitely great to use. Z Baby says, was the video fall autumn natural hair care for hair growth and moisture September 22nd, 2020? Probably yes, because I don't think I've done any other videos since then. So yes, that I would say yes. Shaneka says, what are your views on Derma rollers? So I don't know much about them. I've seen people use them. Um, I would have to look up more information about that. But yeah. Trish says, what are your thoughts on aloe vera? I like how it makes my hair look and feel, but I got flakes after one application. Trish, I like aloe vera. I prefer, so you can make the aloe vera gel. I'm assuming you're talking about the gel over the juice. I prefer the juice over the gel. I feel like yes, you can get flakes from the gel. You can get flakes from almost anything, but you can dilute that with a little bit of water, to maybe help to prevent some of the flakes. Also, you can make your own gel. You can use xanthan gum and water or guar gum. Those are also all natural, and water to make a gel. And then you can add in a little bit of like aloe vera juice or aloe vera gel to make your DIY type of gel and help reduce some of that flakes. Also, you can add in, I'm trying to think. Also, make sure you maybe strain the aloe vera of any like lumps. Like, you know how when you're scraping it, you blend it. Make sure you strain it so that way you're not getting any of that like thick gel that can cause like flaking on your hair. You add a bit of like oils to it, to help with that. Charmaine says, I use avocado butter and mango butter melted and put on my hair after conditioner. It does look white on the because it's cooling off. Then twist up the hair, air dry, then put silk scarf on. Okay, sis, and your hair feels good after that? I'm just curious. Nora says, I'm a green tea black seed video from last week. Where do you buy your black seeds? It's funny. I actually got my black seeds when I was in Morocco. And I got a ton of them there. So I'm using them. But I put some organic ones in my Amazon store. So you can get them from there. I haven't used them. I will say that I haven't used them, but I read the reviews. Everything seems really good. They are organic. But yeah. Amazon, if you have an Indian grocery near you, you can also check your Indian grocery. Um, Even sometimes Whole Foods has them. I'm trying to think of where else you can buy them, like in person if you want to buy them in person. But if not, Amazon. Y'all know I have an issue with Amazon. I order from Amazon too much. Phoenix says, hey, Michelle. Hi, how are you? Oh, Yolanda says store-bought aloe vera juice. Okay, yeah. Sorry, what were we talking about? Let me go up. Let me scroll up. Because I know I was talking. Oh, you said I was thinking of creating a DIY leave-in with aloe. Okay, yeah. If it's store-bought aloe, you can heat it up, dear. That's fine. And remember, I would still do this. I would boil your marshmallow root and slippery elm because you can do a rolling boil on those. Like, because you're trying to get the mucilage from the bark of that or the trunk of the tree from that, which is the bark or the roots is what I really meant to say. The bark or the roots. You want to boil that you can boil that higher than 70 degrees Celsius. Um, Boil that as much as possible, and then once you get that mucilage, then add in your aloe. But you still want your aloe to be at about 70 degrees Celsius. That's what I was asking before we went further. You still want your aloe to go to 70 degrees Celsius before you completely mix and emulsify everything. Okay. Yeah, I make an emulsion. Yeah. Anytime you make an emulsion, the thing is you really need to do heat and hold, or make sure your products get to 70 degrees Celsius because that's going to kill any like bacteria, fungus, and all that. It's also going to help your emulsion stay stable. Okay. It's all about stability. So you need to make sure your products, your oils and butters and your emulsifier are at 70 and your water products are at 70. So even if you do your slippery elm and all that separately to get the mucilage that you want, then when you're ready to mix it out, pour it out separately, add your aloe, and then heat everything to 70 degrees Celsius. Does that make sense? Okay. Natasha says, hi, sorry, I am late. How to treat a child, 9-year-old girl, to get rid of dandruff. So dandruff can come from a number of issues. I would definitely first just go to a dermatologist to make sure she's not having some type of fungal infection, all right? Because a lot of times that's where it can stem from. So make sure there's no infection on her scalp. or an overproduction of candida, or which is yeast, which is a lot of times a big issue. But you can use antifungal herbs like neem and tulsi on her. You can make actually like a neem mask or a tulsi mask. Do half and half neem and tulsi powder. Mix that, apply it to her hair, or apply it to her scalp. Really give herself a nice massage. That will help like kill a lot of bacteria, antifungal, antimicrobial properties on her scalp. Use that regularly. Um, don't be using a lot of heavy oils on her scalp. I would definitely not do that. You want to use shampoos that contain either salicylic acid, white willow's bark, which also white willow's bark is actually all natural. And if you get that, it contains salicylic acid. You want to also use like tea tree oil, eucalyptus oil, camphor oil, CAMPHOR. Those are all essential oils. You will dilute them into your shampoos, or yeah, I would dilute them into your shampoos, add maybe 5 to 10 drops of each into your shampoo, and use that to help get rid of the dandruff. Okay. Let me see. Yolanda says, okay, you did. I did answer that. Deborah says, Michelle, what do you think about drinking Fenugreek water? I think there's nothing wrong with it. If you love it, I like. If you like it, I love it. I actually use Fenugreek when I cook. I prefer to eat it because I make a lot of curries and stuff. It has amazing properties. If, as you know, Indian people use it, consume it in their regular diet. It's great for you. Fenugreek water is actually kind of sweet tasting. I'll say this: some people say it tastes more like curry. Some people say it tastes like maple syrup. It's probably going to be however your taste buds decipher it out. But yeah, it has great properties, so you can consume it. Just make sure it's organic. Missy says, glycerin makes my hair poofy in the summer. Should I avoid it in the colder months too? It depends on, are you just, is it products that have glycerin high up on the list, or just glycerin in any type of products? Because what happens, it makes complete sense, Missy, because I know you have high porosity hair. You have high porosity hair, and glycerin is all glycerin does is attract all the moisture into your hair, and your hair is highly porous, so it has a lot to attract in and take in. So it's literally just making your hair completely frizzy and poofy because your hair is fully saturated with water. So in the colder months, are you somewhere that has a high humidity or high dew point even in the wintertime? I'm curious because if you do, you can definitely use it, but make sure you are sealing your hair. You will have to make sure you seal your hair. Your hair probably won't be anything poofy like the summertime, but I'm more on the, if you have high porosity hair, which I think you do, um, look for a combination of products that can contain a combination of humectants. Those are the ones that contain your glycerin, your panthenol, your maybe your hyaluronic acid, your sodium PCA, your panthenol. Did I say that? Your polyquats, your honeyquats. Because not only are those other humectants I'm talking about are actually film formers, right? So yes, they do attract moisture to your hair, but then they also help to form a film around it. So once that moisture is in, it doesn't just leave as quickly as it came in. So look for, if you're worried about that, I would definitely try to find products that contain a number of humectants, because they will tend to be more film forming, and you won't really lose as much moisture, so your hair shouldn't be like extremely poofy in the winter. Hey Sassy, yes, she says greetings all. Okay, okay, yeah. So Nora's giving Natasha some advice to use a keto I'm not even gonna pronounce that, but the shampoo. She's giving her advice for a dandruff shampoo. Kingsley says hi from England. Hello, hello. Natasha says, do you have any tips for one to clear up dark underarms or inside thighs fast, and too thick grow eyebrows? Natasha, I don't have anything specifically for those particular areas, but I do have I was saying a turmeric, honey, and yogurt mask that I use to clear up like my facial and skin around here. I'm sure it will clear up your thigh area. I've never tried it on that. Um, and I would say this, the underarm, I used to have really dark underarms. Are they still dark right now? Let's see. I know y'all probably like, I'm sick of you today. You are showing all. No, they're not dark right now, and I'm asking if they're dark right now because I was using this all natural deodorant that had baking soda, and the baking soda like burned me, and it caused my underarms to be a bit dark. So I just stopped using it, and my arms went back being light again. Oh, this one's still a little bit dark. Oh, let's see. Oh, well, that's actually just hair. But yeah, so if you can figure out what's making, now I get between your thighs is probably just rubbing, right? My thighs are up too, so they're dark, and I haven't even tried to make them less dark. But I know for me, my underarms usually get dark because of the deodorant I'm using. So before you do anything, try to figure out what's causing your underarms to be dark. Is it the sometimes it's the aluminum in your deodorant that causes your arms to be dark. So maybe you need to switch your deodorants. For me it was the baking soda. It like burned my baking soda has such a high pH. It burned my skin. It was literally like severely discolored. But it goes away as soon as I stop using it. So I switched my deodorants again. So I use natural deodorants. So yeah. And to grow thick eyebrows, I'm not sure. I would say maybe anything that you would use on your hair. I really don't know. I've never tried to grow thick eyebrows before. But I do know some people used to use black castor oil on their eyebrows, and they say that that used to help them. But maybe adding like some with like maybe like tea tree oil or peppermint oil. But I would be very careful because it's around your eye area. And I know peppermint oil will burn the living life out of you. So maybe not the peppermint oil. Maybe I won't say that. Um, Maybe just do the castor oil. Maybe just give your eyebrows a nice little massage. I really don't have advice for that. I'm sorry. If anyone else does, please feel free to like jump in. Uh, Jenny says, thanks for the tip. You're welcome. Z Baby says to Janine, fact check this, but I believe tea tree oil can be harsh on the skin, causing irritation and swelling, especially if not buffered by ample carrier oils. Yes, yes, Z Baby, you're right. Which is why I said either a carrier oil or dump it in your shampoo. Do not use tea tree oil straight up. Do not, do not. Um, see, think yes the answer to my question. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Sassy says, Michelle, how do I keep my DIYs from coming out so watery? What are you making that's watery, Sassy? And you can always add, I'll just say, you can always add xanthan gum or guar gum to it to give it a thicker texture. And you need so little, and I'm going to tell you this, you'll need like less than 1 gram or about 1 gram of your guar gum or your xanthan gum to make the mixture completely thick. Like you don't need much at all. Like a little sprinkle. If you don't have a scale, just sprinkle just a little bit. Do a glycerin with it. I will recommend doing this. Add your xanthan gum or your guar gum to a little bit of glycerin. We're talking about less than a teaspoon, and add that to your mixtures. It will thicken it up like immensely. Um, Misty says glycerin in the top 5 ingredients. I live near Atlanta, high humidity. Okay, yeah. So I would again, there's nothing I don't think there's nothing wrong with that in the wintertime, but I would definitely try to find things that have more film forming properties than just the glycerin. And if glycerin's like in the second or third ingredient, maybe I wouldn't use it, but if it has other things like the panthenol and the other humectants I recommended, then I would try it out in the wintertime. Sassy says, has the fenugreek affected your fibroids in any way? I actually don't know. I can't say what with one product has affected my fibroids or not. In all honesty, I told you I scheduled my appointment with my OBGYN, and so when I go, I'll find out how bad my fibroids are. But I can't say one particular product affects them. I think everything affects my fibroids. Yeah. Hazel says fenugreek powder is great in smoothies. All you need is a teaspoon or half a teaspoon or tablespoon, half a tablespoon. Okay, thank you. Janine says thank you. I think I'm okay because I have jojoba oil, camellia, and argan as carrier oils. I've tried the serum about 3 to 4 times, and each time a few more days later, I get a lot of acne. Oh yeah, I would definitely stop using that, Janine. Sassy says, that is why I won't try Fenugreek because of my fibroids. It's high in plant-based estrogen, so I'm scared to try it. Honestly, I think that probably my other things that I eat in my diet are affecting my fibroids more than the topical use of fenugreek. Hazel says, you don't use baking soda in your natural deodorant, use zinc oxide. Oh, Hazel, yeah. I wasn't making the deodorant. I was buying them from somebody else, so I'm not going to say who. I wasn't making them. But I didn't know that she was using baking soda in the deodorant until it was like, I mean, I was literally out on the street and I was like scratching my arms. I'm like, why is my arms on fire? Like, weren't on fire, but they were just like really inflamed, like, and I like went to the bathroom and I looked and they were like inflamed and dark. And I was like, oh my God. And so I went back to like read like every last ingredient and I saw it was in there and I was like, ugh. So yeah. And I was so mad because I like bought a bunch of them, but it's okay. Lessons learned. Oh, Nora says, which rosemary did you use? She's talking to Deborah. Like, do you have a link or name? I want to add the rosemary to my hair loss tea. Or if anyone has rosemary, from where to buy rosemary to add to hair loss tea. So you can buy fresh rosemary or you can use rosemary essential oil. To Nora. I get mine from Bulk Apothecary online. They sell rosemary essential oil. But if you want to use rosemary, you could literally go to your grocery store, get fresh rosemary sprigs, and use it in your tea. Boil it just like you would boil any of your other herbs, and use that as in your tea. Sandy says, which deodorant do you use? I scrolled up. I've been using each and every. I've got Aluminum Free Secret and Dove. Haven't used them yet. I'm just reading all of Sandy's thing because she made a long thing. I've got Aluminum Free Secret. Okay. So you're done with the deodorant talk. So right now I'm using Native deodorant. I just got an add-on on Instagram for them, and I like them so far. But before that I was using. I'm trying to think of the brand now. And I like them too. They were just expensive, but so is Native. So I'll probably go back to using them as well. What is the brand? It's gonna drive me crazy. They have like an ad. You can use them Luma. I really like them too. Lume deodorant, Lume. Yeah, Lume deodorant, Lume. I was using them. They're not the ones who have the baking soda. I was using them like a while ago. I love them. Um, I will say that they are they are expensive, but they didn't give me any irritation. They also worked really well. It was not funky. You know how it is when you have natural deodorants, it can be a toss up, but I really like them. Sassy says, I started it and stopped because I was scared they'd grow. I'm seeing conflicting information. Yeah, Sassy, there's a lot of conflicting information about fenugreek when it comes to how much estrogen is in there and how they affect your body. Renette, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right, says, hey, do you think pressing hair with a hot comb is the same as pressing it with a flat iron? No, I think they're actually two very different things. Do they equally can be damaging? The problem with the hot comb, and I'm thinking about old school hot combs, y'all. I know they have electrical hot combs, but the hot comb on the stove, the hardest part about it is that it's not necessarily tempered, right? So yes, you take it off the heat and then my mom used to put it into the little a paper towel to help temper the heat, and then you put it on your hair. You have no way to regulate the heat really, so there's no way to say that this is heating up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or this is heating up to 500 degrees. Like there's no way, or half of it's at 500 and half of it's at 800. Maybe not, but I'm just saying there's no way to regulate the temperature. So hot combs can be really, really destructive to your to your curl pattern, to your hair. Flat irons can be too, depending on what temperature you use them, but I don't think they're the same at all. It's also very interesting, as you mentioned that, you just brought me back to a place when I had my last heat damage. I went to a natural hair salon actually, and she blew out my hair, and my hair wouldn't stay. She blew it out, it was like reverting severely. And she was like, oh, well, because she thought she was just going to blow out and flat iron it. And I told her, I was like, no, my hair actually doesn't respond to flat irons. Like, it just doesn't. I don't know why, but I don't care what you did with your blow dry process. My hair reverts and then blow dry, and my hair reverts to a flat iron. So she didn't listen to me, and she blew out my hair. And of course, it was reverting. And as it was reverting, she starts to flat iron my hair. As she flat ironed my hair starts reverting. And she flat irons my hair, and she's like, okay, now I'm going to hot comb it. And I was like, there's too much heat on my hair. Like, my hair cannot take that much heat. She was like, well, your hair's not going to get straight. I'm like, well, it's okay if it's not going to get straight. Because I already knew that a blow dry and flat iron was not about to make my hair straight, like, for whatever reason. So when you said that, I was just like triggered, because then she went over with a hot comb. It had severe heat damage from that. So that wasn't your fault. But I read that and I was like, whoa, those are not the same. I don't think they're the same at all. Sandy says, so for teas, how do you apply it? I've seen people spray it on before deep conditioner and rinse it out. I'm hearing put it on after deep conditioner. Does that mean you don't rinse it out? Now I hear spray teas on throughout the week. Does it smell? Okay, Sandy, so you must be new, because we did a whole entire tea challenge, and actually last week's a Tip Tuesday, I talked about my hair tea rinse. So I use my tea rinses as a final rinse after I deep condition. You can use it before you shampoo your hair if you like. You can use it actually after you shampoo and put it on your hair, and then put the deep conditioner on, which I know a lot of people like to do, because, you put the tea on, you put the deep conditioner on, you put your heat and steam cap on, allows it to infuse, and then you rinse it off. I like to use mine as a final rinse. It worked very well for me. I don't rinse it out after that. I literally just put that on, and then I put my leave-in and twist up my hair. No, my hair does not smell through the week. I have a ton of videos. I literally did a tea challenge for 8 weeks. So if you check out any of my videos, I talk about all of that, and no, it doesn't smell at all. Janine says, I've read conflicting stuff as well, but I asked my holistic MD, and she told me, I need to avoid phytoestrogens, plant-based estrogen. Janine says, so I avoid soy, fenugreek, black seed, flaxseed, and hair products and diet. Interesting. Sandy says, I've been spraying on aloe vera juice after deep conditioner, so I switched that out for teas. Sandy, you don't have to do every single thing. If it's working for you, I would definitely stick with it. Aloe vera juice is great after you deep condition your hair. It's kind of like, you can use aloe, you can use a tea, right? We were having a hair tea challenge because we were focusing on different herbs for different particular issues in our scalp and our hair, like herbs for hair growth, herbs for hair loss, herbs for scalp care, herbs for moisture, herbs for strength. So we were doing a tea challenge. We were focusing on different things every single week. So yes, you can use your teas, but you can also use your aloe if that's working for you. Oh, Sandy says, I have CCCA. Which tea would you recommend for that? So Sandy, the tea that I made last week in my Tip Tuesday is a tea I would recommend for that. That's your amla, black seed, and green tea. Natasha, what is a hair loss tea? Everybody, y'all gotta go watch my video from last week, honey. That is where I made the tea for hair loss, and that's the tea that I just recommended. I just said for everybody. Usually, so just FYI, usually whenever I go live, I'm going to talk a lot about what I talked about on Tip Tuesday. So Tip Tuesday was about hair loss, hair shedding, and breakage. And so today, we're still in our protective style challenge. So today I'm usually do a live focused on that. Of course, we're going to talk about whatever we want to talk about in these lives, but that's where I'm talking about these hair loss teas. And you hear me talking about teas, it's because they were already done in the video for that week's Tuesday. All right. Hazel says, baking soda is too harsh to leave on the skin. Yes, it definitely is, which is why I said I was disappointed that it was in the product, because I didn't pay too much attention and I missed that it was. Missy says, dairy and seafood made my fibroids worse. The best things as when I eliminated those. Yeah. My doctor, when I had my last test, she just told me to actually stay more plant-based than seafood. She didn't really tell me to stay away from plant-based estrogens at all. So I do know everybody is a little bit different. So, yeah. Janice, to check her last video. It's a mix of a few herbs and a tea to apply to hair, not ingest. Yes. Hello, Kingsley. Robin says, I purchased neem powder, but not sure how to use it for hair growth. Any suggestions? Robin, I have a video about how to use neem. You can make a neem oil out of it. You can use it as a mask. You can use it as a tea leave-in, like a spray, like dilute it in make a tea from it, and then strain the powder out, and then use the tea as like a leave-in spray. Uh, but I'm more on because neem has a scent. I'm more on the guise of using it as an oil, infused in an oil. So I'll infuse my neem powder into my oil and put that on my scalp. Kingsley says, could you leave in regular conditioner? If not, what could be the consequences? Um, yes, you can technically leave in regular conditioner. I'll say this, depends on the conditioner. Um, Conditioners and leave-ins actually are very, very similar. Like a leave-in conditioner is very similar to a conditioner. It has less, I'm gonna say it like this, but it has less conditioning properties, right? Your leave-in is meant to stay on your hair. A regular conditioner is formulated to rinse off because it can have products on it that are too hydrating if left on over time and can cause your hair to have basically moisture overload, to make your hair feel mushy. Um, so I wouldn't necessarily, not all regular conditioners can not be formulated that great. That's what I'm saying. It's all going to depend on, I know some regular conditioners that almost are formulated like a leave-in. So it all depends. But if you have a really good product, no, I wouldn't recommend leaving it on your hair because it's formulated specifically to be rinsed off. And then there are products that are formulated to be left on your hair because they'll have a good balance of moisture and protein and strength and all of that together to be left on your hair. Does that make sense? Now, I'll say this, back in the day, what I used to do, I used to dilute my regular conditioners with water and then use that as like a spray leave on. And I didn't really have any problems with that, but I also really didn't know what I was doing back then. I didn't know what I was doing back then. But if it works, and you don't feel like your hair is becoming like extremely mushy or extremely soft, um, yeah. Tiana says, I mix neem with ashwagandha and rose powder and apply it as an Ayurvedic treatment. It made my hair grow so much. Yeah, it's amazing. Neem has so many properties, especially if you're dealing with any type of scalp issues. Neem is so powerful because it's one of the few herbs that has the antifungal, antimicrobial, antibacteria. So like if you're dealing with any type of like scalp issues, flare-ups, inflammation, um, even lice or any type of like scalp issues, really, it really helps to reduce that and make your scalp like optimal for growth. Ashwagandha is also a powerful herb. Did a video on a while ago, but it's an adaptogenic herb. It actually helps with stress related hair fall. I feel like something was it still helps with stress related hair fall, great for regrowth. Those are great herbs, Tiana. Faith said, just to remind you, a while back you had discussed about having a non-scented conditioner. Are you still working on it? Yes, I'm actually back into formulating, Faith. I will be coming out, I would say probably Black Friday, I will have everything that I want out and done. I don't know if you were on earlier when I talked about, I actually just formulated a purple shampoo for my gray hair naturals, or my people who have blonde hair and gray hair who can't use herbal treatments. I've been, saying all that. So this will actually help to restore, if your hair is a bit brassy from that, if your hair is a bit dingy or yellow and all of that, you want to bring it back to its nice shiny color. I formulated that for that. I also have a styler that I'm working on, and probably my non-scented conditioner. And it's not just gonna be non-scented. I'm actually working on one that is non-scented, but I would say mostly hypoallergenic. Basically, removing some of the things that you guys told me that you were allergic to, like your chamomile and um, some of the herbs that you were saying you're allergic to. I tried to formulate something for you guys as well. It's a lot, y'all, but I'm trying to get this done by Black Friday. If I don't have everything out Black Friday, it will definitely be right as we start the new year. But yeah, I'm working on it, sis. I know I said it, excuse me, I know I said it before, but I really had to put that to the side because I felt I was getting a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit burnt out because um as my business is growing, right? I'm still just one person, um, doing everything, and I think I was just feeling a bit burnt out. So this summer, I just said, "All right, I need to table this so I can feel like I can get my orders out faster. I can, um, just be more efficient because I was still working, but now like going back into the office and realizing this is not something I want to do. I don't want to be back in the office. It's just pushing me to like get all the things that I want to get out and done so that way I can leave that and focus on, you know, Focus on my dream, y'all. Focus on my dream. Sassy says, would you ever make your own natural deodorant? I probably would if I had more time. I probably would. Uh, I'm sure it is easy to do. I just haven't looked into it ever. And since I had a black owned business at the time I was using, I was like, let me just buy from, black owned. Deborah says, yes, I use fresh rosemary, but I purchased the oil off Amazon under the Maple Holistic brand. But now I want to try the one Michelle mentioned. I mix it with castor oil and massage it. Oh, sis, if you have it, it's working, go ahead and use it, sis. Robin says, thanks, Tiana. Now I need to purchase ashwagandha. Janine says, are you using the Sensitive Skin Native? It's baking soda free. Most of theirs have baking soda. I like it so far. Yeah, I'm using the sensitive one without baking soda. Now that I know what to look for, I've been really intentional, Janine. Sandy says, I bought one of those stoves they use at the hair salon. I stuck a flat iron in there. I took it out and put in the hairs closest to my nape. It cinched it off. Oh no. That was the last time I straightened my hair. Oh no. Yeah, I'm just not really, if you don't know, I'm not really a fan of straightening your hair at all. My hair, I will say this. I've been traumatized one too many times. One too many times. Plus I was relaxed for 18 years, maybe more. I have no desire to have straight hair, and I never liked the way I looked with straight hair. And so, on my channel, you'll find that I am an advocate for wearing your natural hair, even protective styling with your natural hair. Like we're in our protective style challenge right now. And so, yeah, I know some people will blow out their hair before they put like a style in. That's not even my thing. I'm more of an air dryer, twist on my hair type girl. But yeah, you really have to be careful when it comes to using heat, flat irons, and hot combs. They can be really detrimental to your hair. Now I know some heat trained naturals and they love that. And I listen, if you like it, I love it. But if it's not working for you, I really recommend trying to learn your own hair and find styles and things that work for you without the use of heat. I'm talking about. Nora says, LOL at the hot comb salon. Experience. This is why I haven't been to a hair salon in years. Hairstylists give me so much anxiety. End up being stressed. Girl, so much stress. So much stress. It has been years since I've gone back to a hairstylist. I've given up. And I do my hair at home now and I love my hair. So yeah. Renee says, I believe you have to be experienced to press with a hot comb. My hairdresser pressed my hair with a hot comb from 5 to 16, didn't get damaged. She had a lot of experience. Yeah, I definitely know you can be experienced. As I said, I know that it's happened. I've never had good experiences. I also traumatized from my mom burning my ears when I was like, younger, before I had a relaxer in my hair, and always getting burned with a hot comb. She'd be like, hold down your ears. And I would, and she still would burn me all the time. All the time. I don't know how. Probably because I moved, but Tiana says, you could just use neem and rose if you have it, or mix neem with some coconut milk. Both will work just as good. It's just ashwagandha has other hair benefits that I like. It definitely does. Nicole says that almond black seed and green tea is bomb. I made it in Old to Listen. I don't know what you said. I don't know if you mistyped something. It's everything. But yeah, the black, I love that tea. I've brought it back like 3 times now because it's so great. It's so powerful for your hair. And I use it all the time. And I have some in the fridge right now. And I'll probably go use it when I finish this live. And Nika said, neem scent, chef, not chef's kiss. Nika, Sandy says, I went natural in the early 2000s. Going to the hair salon was never good. That just made it worse. It was strange asking stylists for tips when they were wearing weaves and wigs. Yeah. They made me feel like I had to put the relaxer back in, and I didn't want to. They said all you could do was twist your hair or flat iron. It was horrible. I never liked the salon. Huge waste of time when I had to pay for it. Yeah. I've had same. A lot of those stylists had attitudes and try to upsell you. Haven't been to a salon in at least 10 years. Thanks, YouTube. Yep. Same as me, girl. Same as me, Sandy. Same. And let me tell you, do you know how much salons hate 4C hair? Especially in the early 2000s, in the late 2000s, probably even now. But I would say this, when I was like transitioning. And I remember I went to the Dominican salon. This is when I lived in New York. I went to the Dominican salon, and first of all, they hate anything that's natural at that time. Maybe they've changed. And the woman, I told her like, oh, just press on my hair. Like I'm going natural. I'm gonna cut it off. And she was just, the way she was like combing through my hair and looking at my hair, like I was like disgusting. And she was like, we can just put a little bit of relaxer in it. It would be so much better. And I was like, no, no, no. And it's funny because like she actually, the one who was doing my hair was like almost refused to do my hair because I didn't want a relaxer. So there was this other darker skinned Dominican woman in there, and she said, I got you. And she ended up taking care of my hair, and she did an amazing job. She didn't put relaxer on my hair. I've heard also crazy, experiences of women putting relaxers in the conditioner. She actually like just roller set my hair up, put me under the dryer, did a doobie, and surprisingly my hair got fairly straight from that. She did after she doobied it out, she did a doobie, I sat under the heat. What do they call that? There's like a term for that. She put me on the heat for like 15 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. Took it out, unwrapped it, and it was straight, had some movement, and I loved her. I went to her for a while, and then I converted to going natural and cut off all my hair, and I never went back. Oh Lord. Where did I stop at? Sorry. Mrs. Smith, I love neem. Neem is an amazing herb. It is. Would you recommend mixing hair products together? Not necessarily. Like if I'm at the end of a conditioner, I might mix it with some other conditioner. But I guess my thing is this, Kingsley. I always try to think about like if you're not finding products that if your products that you're using are not working for you, you probably just need better products or different products, right? If you're doing a lot of mixing and matching, you're trying to leave this in because your hair is not it's not giving what it said it was supposed to give. It's time to get new products. It's time to invest in better products or DIY your products. There's a lot of DIY recipes. I have DIY on my page that can definitely help you get that moisture, the hydration that you're looking for. Because I feel like if you have to do a lot of like the product itself should be amazing. If you have to mix it with 10 other things, it's not it. It's not it. And I get maybe you're not in a place where you can like buy your own stuff or like, I would say buy expensive stuff is what I meant to say. Then DIY. You can make some bomb DIYs conditioners that will moisturize your hair, give you whatever you need better than some store-bought products. I highly recommend you check out my channel. I have a ton of recipes to help you get to where you need to be. So yeah. Nika said that baking soda turned my underarm skin dark. Yep, same. Nika said heat trained, acceptable heat down. You know what I was talking about, sis. Yep. Z said, Nika, my neem powder doesn't smell. I was expecting the worst. No, neem powder is not bad. People still say, I've heard people say they didn't like neem powder. I actually don't mind neem powder. It has a scent, but to me, neem powder doesn't stink like neem oil. Neem oil is the worst, y'all. I can't even front a little bit. It's terrible. Sassy says, I'm refreshing with the almond black seed tea right now. Hey. Sandy says, I got plenty of relaxer burns and hot combs, curling irons, and etc. burns. If there is a higher styling burn, I have had it at least 10 times. Same. I have also had the chemical burns from relaxer. Hi. From relaxers, and they are the worst. Hi, baby. You was sleeping? Yeah? Cupcake says, sorry, not sure if I missed. What about bean? Not bean, neem. Neem, neem oil. Oh, we were just saying that it stinks, but it's amazing. It has amazing properties. But I prefer the powder over the oil because the powder is not as stinky. I actually don't mind the scent of the powder. It's a particular scent, but some people don't care for it, but I don't find it problematic at all. And if you don't like neem powder, try Tulsi, Tulsi, or holy basil. It also has similar properties. Nora says, growing out my hair has really helped with my self-confidence. So thanks, Michelle. Now I need to grow back bald spots on my edges. You got it, sis. You got it. Take your time. It's all right. We all here together. Sandy says, Dominican salons and natural hair. I don't know what type of hair I have, but it's definitely in the Florida family. I would go to the salon for a blow dry and they looked at me like I was crazy. Yeah. Yeah. They definitely want to immediately put something in there to straighten it because it's just like they just don't see that as like beautiful. It's a lot of like mental things I think over the years for a lot of people, races, black people, Dominicans, people who have African ancestry, I would say, who've had to deal with a lot of um I don't want to necessarily call it self hate, but a form of not self acceptance, um, and relearning what we think is beautiful, relearning what is acceptable, because our hair is beautiful and acceptable. Like, we have to love it ourselves first. That's a whole nother story. Because I'm like, before we try to force everyone in the world to love it, do you love it? Do you love your hair? Um, okay, yes, typo. My apologies. I made it into an oil as well. Almond, black seed, and green tea. Oh, yes. I know the oil is bomb too, sis. Um, those people will never see me or my money again. I don't blame you. Cupcake says, "Is biotin good for your hair?" Yes. I will say this though, when it comes to biotin, you take it usually in pill form. You can, I don't know about topical uses of biotin, but I know internally you want to make sure that you are drinking your water. Like, cannot stress enough because biotin will break your skin all the way out if you're not hydrated. Same with MSM, it can cause breakouts, can cause a lot of things. You got to drink your water when you're taking it. Brenda Bell says, YouTube allowed my hair to grow 8 inches in a year and a half. I haven't blow dried my hair since. I may do it in January, but I'm scared. I've never thought I would love my curly hair so much. Yes, I love to hear that though. Um, it's important. It's important. Trish said the last stylist told me to keep coming so my hair could get heat trained. To me, there's no such thing, only heat damage. I never return, but doing my own hair for many years now. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think not that I think I know heat trained is basically a form of damage. It is. Cupcake says thank you. You're welcome. Joel says hi and good evening from Austria. Oh, hello. I do make my own deodorant with baking soda, but I don't use it pure. I make a saturated solution and fill it in a spray bottle. 2 to 3 spritzes are enough for. Okay, okay. Oh, so like a spray deodorant? That's interesting. Again, like I said, I've actually never made deodorant, so I'm always curious. That is very interesting. And is the baking soda supposed to be like a deodorizer in the mixture, Jules? Oh, you made enough for several, at least 4 to 5 hours. Don't have problems with it. Oh, that's good. I just know that I only had it one time, and it was very very irritating. Michael says, Michelle, you're a great actress. I never chat with you again. Bye. Okay. Kingsley says, okay, thanks. I'm new to your channel, so I'll check it out. Bye. No problem. Have you ever used a product that your hair loves in the beginning and all of a sudden one day it doesn't work as good? That's happened to me several times. So, yes, and it can be for a number of reasons. It can be because sometimes your hair has too much buildup on it, so you need to clarify your hair to see if your hair likes it again. Or sometimes people change formulas. I would say it's generally one of the two reasons. But I haven't, if the person didn't change the formula and my hair was just like not responding to something, and I'm like, all right, what's going on? Usually, if I clarify my hair, give my hair a nice reset, maybe a detox and all of that, it usually goes back to working just fine. And other times when I didn't know and I'll like go back and look at the ingredient list and I'm like, oh, there's something in there that's new. Oh, that's changed. That's changed. And sometimes people don't tell you that they've rebranded or they've changed products. And here you are thinking it will work forever and it won't. Brenda Bell said, I'm Haitian, so I know all about the ignorance of some Dominicans. That's a whole different topic. Yeah, it definitely is a whole different topic. But yeah, it's real. It's real. Oh, Shaneka says, what was the answer on how to thicken DIYs? Oh, I said xanthan gum or guar gum. Do anyone know how long you can keep infused oils? So, Mrs. Smith, each oil has a different shelf life. So, I can just give you a straight out thing. It depends on the oils that you use. So, if you want an oil to use to be have a longer shelf life, you want to use an oil Did I say that right? Am I losing my mind? So like extra virgin olive oil has a shelf life of 1 to 2 years. Almond oil has a shelf life of 1 to 2 years. So use oils that have a longer shelf life, and also use herbs that also are dried and stored properly, because most herbs have a shelf life of 1 to 2 years. So if you infuse those oils and herbs together, and you keep water out, and you do it the correct way, you can keep them for a number 1 to 2 months. I mean 1 to 2 years. So it's all about how you do it, how you preserve them. Make sure no water gets into it. If you use an oil with a short shelf life, like grapeseed oil, after 3 to 6 months, you gotta throw your oils out. Nika says, the one time I went to a Dominican salon, the woman looked me dead in the face and told me she couldn't do my hair. It was shocking because I thought every salon should be able to do hair. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, the woman, she was looking at my hair. She was like looking at the roots and was just like combing it. Like, I was like, okay, just, and I'm telling you, it was the other darker skinned Dominican lady who was like, I got you. She was like, can you wait? I was like, I'll wait. Cause I was like, no, you're not about to rip through whatever little bit of hair I had left, child. Cause you know, at that point when you're transitioning, you've got like 2, 3 inches, and your ends are stringy, and people just going like that. The line of demarcation of where the roots, the kink and the straight is, the relax is so weak, and her ripping through it, I just saw hair going like, and first of all, I have fine strands. It was like crazy. I was like, nah, sis, this is not gonna work out. Sandy says, my sister Haitian. Hey, look at y'all. I love these connections happening in this group here. Sandy says, it's not some Dominicans. Okay. I've been natural 10 years. My hair is mid-backland. Bye-bye forever chemicals. Yes, yes. Tiana says, I went to an African salon and sis snatched my edges and my self-esteem. Never again. I'm sorry. I've been there. I've been there. I told you before. I don't know if you're in the chat. I said I used to have micros. I used to get micro braids back when micro braids were the thing. But child, my edges were micro too. They were micro too. Brenda Bell says, I'm being nice. I'm trying not to stereotype. I see what y'all talk about. I'm trying not to talk about that too much, but yes, I see y'all. I see y'all. Nora says, you don't need to blow, to Brenda Bell, you don't need to blow dry if you're scared. I do roller sets and that gets my hair pretty straight. Like if I need to trim. Yeah, that's a good idea. Sassy says, can you put guar gum in an avocado deep conditioner? Like a DIY avocado deep conditioner, Sassy? I honestly, like, usually avocado is pretty thick. I don't know if you need to add guar to it, but is your avocado thin? I'm curious. I guess I'm envisioning like avocado being blended and it's like thick and chunky. I wouldn't add it if your mixture is already thick and chunky, because let me tell you, guar will make that thing thick. Okay, so remember I told you, just sprinkle a little, do it into use glycerin and mix it together first, and then add it to your mixture. Trish says, I love almond oil. Yeah, almond oil is amazing. So is avocado oil, which is odd. I can't use avocados, but I can do avocado oil. So I'll be using that. I'll be using it. She said, oh, wow, thank you. You're welcome, Trish. Or Mrs. Smith, sorry. Nicole says, I'm struggling with formulating, trying to figure out amounts, grams, etc. So my product won't mold, separate. Want to sell it too. I love neem. I make my own, but I also have the stinky one too. Yeah, Nicole, are there formulating classes? Like, how are you learning to formulate? There are formulating classes out there, books and stuff. I don't know what you're doing, but it is a process, but you can definitely do it. I'm trying to think of who I could recommend, who's actually doing like formulating right now. Who is doing formulating right now? I have to think about it. I have to see. I used to follow Swift Crafty Monkey. I don't know if she's still doing. She used to do like live formulations on Zoom, but I think she stopped doing that. But she has a great blog. It is a pay for blog, but I would highly recommend it if you're trying to learn more about formulating. Brenda Bell said, so I clarified my hair yesterday and I used TGIN honey hair mask. And my hair didn't absorb it as well because I've been doing DIYs. I won't be buying anymore. I'm listening to my hair. Yeah, listen to your hair. Listen to your hair. Oh yeah, Yaya is great for formulating. She's trying to formulate her for herself, um, to create her own line. Brenda Bell. I'm trying to talk about. I'm thinking of someone who could help you actually formulate, not just give you formulations. Because I actually have formulations on my page, but and I've talked about doing like a course. I just I don't have time. I honestly just don't have time. I was trying to think of somebody who actually has like a blog with formulations and stuff. So I think if I believe Swift Crafty Monkey, she has a blog about formulating. It is a paid blog, but um, yeah. I know she used to do live Zooms. They were like really fun. And if you were a paid subscriber, you could go to for free. But the thing is, she only had 100 slots. And you have to be on like she was going at like 2 o'clock. You had to be on it like in line in queue at like 1 o'clock. Okay, because people would be she only lets in 100 people. So if you got in, you got in. And people would be waiting to get in. Anyways. I definitely think she stopped doing that, but her blog is still a great resource. Uh, okay, so Brenda Bell says, I just discovered sea moss is a good thickener for a DIY. I did it yesterday. I don't like guar gum. Yeah, sea moss is good. Sassy says, I put avocado, carrot juice, cucumber in. It came out watery. Oh, if it came out watery, then yeah, I would try some. Uh, I would try. Sorry, I would try some guar gum or xanthan gum. Nicole says, I haven't been to a salon since the 90s. Costs too much. If I go, it's for special occasions and once every few years. I feel you. I feel you. Nora says, Michelle, would you consider doing a full wash day routine at some point, like to help us who are struggling with really long wash days? Nora, I kind of have a few wash day videos on my channel. So like I think the protective style challenge on the first this protective style challenge, the first video, I think I do a full wash day on there. What do you I guess my thing is like what are you struggling with the most? You said with really long wash days, like why are you saying that why are you saying like your wash day is really long? Like what are you struggling with in particular about the really long wash days? Like is it the detangling that's making it long? Is it the like what is making it really long? I'm curious. MK says, hello from London. What advice do you have for temple hair loss? Thank you. It's funny. Is your temple, I'm not saying that that's funny. Is your temple hair loss due to genetics? Is your family's family, your generational family, do they all have temple hair loss? That is like generally stress related and hormonal related. Um, my family also has that, which is why I smiled when you said that, because that is actually where we lose hair loss in my family, first and foremost. It's also somewhere for me, it's always been a little bit thinner, but it's been thinner for forever. Still not bad, but um, you can definitely try again your scalp massages. You can try some of those herbs that I recommended earlier, like in my hair loss tea video that I did this past week. You can use some of that on your hair. But if you're having like hormonal related hair fall around that area, just speak to your doctor to make sure there's nothing else going on internally. But definitely try some of those herbs that I recommended in my video from last week. That's your amla, your black seed, and your green tea, because they have a lot of properties for dealing with excess DHT production, which can be the cause if you're having hormonal issues. I'm not sure. I'm just saying in general. And they can definitely help with that type of hair fall. Trisha's been natural for over 10 years. I've only been to 3 stylists. I only visited each once. One was ripped my hair out, one gave me heat damage, and one chopped off my hair unevenly. Oh, child. She said, so I tried. Yeah. Yikes. 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 Brenda Bell says, okay. Oh, Needham, curly chemist. Oh, okay. Okay. Does she? Oh, she does help people formulate. Okay, that's awesome. Awesome. She's a YouTuber. She probably has a blog then, I guess, where you can help, where you can email her to help with formulating. Sanskar says hello. Hello, hello. from India. Hi, how are you? And Khan, hi from Pakistan. Hello, hello. Let's see. Trish says, I would love a formulating course. I wish you had time. If you find time, sign me up. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of people have said that. I wish. If, I will say this, if I ever quit my 9 to 5, I will, I should say if I ever, when I quit my 9 to 5, let me just put that in there. When I quit my 9 to 5, um, I'll definitely have more time. And I'll definitely consider doing that once I, you know, readjust my whole entire schedule once I'm working for myself and only myself. Um, Nicole says, how do you get it from grams from percentage? And how do you know how much of the particular ingredient to use is what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, yeah, I would definitely say you need to definitely take a formulating course for that. I will say this, just as it's something to generally help you out, because again, I feel like that is a paid service. A lot of people pay to get knowledge from that about that. Um, but a lot of that, to know how much you want to put into a product, is a lot of the products have an SDS sheet or fact sheet, and they tell you what percentages to use it. And every company, when you buy from a legal company, you buy from I say a legal company, but a real company, and I'm not clowning Amazon, because people sell on Amazon who are true chemists and all of that. They have their own companies. But something like, I'm going to use Lotion Crafter, for instance. Okay. Lotion Crafter is a company, they're chemists, all this. When you get products from them, they tell you at what range you can use a product. Okay. Now, how much you use of it is going to depend on you. So they'll tell you you can use it at percentage of 1 to 10%, 1 to 100%, right? So if a product is 1 to 100%, you're going to have to decide in your formulation how much you want to put, okay? Um, is that going to be the main ingredient? Is that going to be the active ingredient? Um, what is its purpose? A lot of that deals when you're formulating, okay? This is why I think this is why when I talk about my channel and I talk about products and I talk about things, I'm really intentional about ingredients. I'm really intentional about asking you guys, why are you using it? People will ask me something and I ask, why are you using it? Why are you doing this? Because um, there's so much intention about products that you're choosing. Why are you using this particular herbal extract? People just want to use everything because they think it sounds good, but don't use everything if you don't know why you're using it. This also where I would say, like, taking a formulation class and really learning about products and ingredients, because saying something has a range of 1 to 5%. Okay, if I use 1%, am I going to get what I need from it? If I'm using 5%, am I going to get what I need from it? Or is 2 to 3% the better percentage to use from it? Um, some of these formulating courses, they'll give you a range about this much percentage of humectants, this percentage of emulsifiers, this much percentage of water. They'll give you a general formula and you can plug and play, right? But really what you have to do, a lot of it is a bit of testing. Yes, there is a bit of chemistry involved in understanding why certain things work a better way. Like when you're formulating, for instance, a shampoo, you'll learn about anionic ingredients, ionic ingredients, cationic ingredients, why you can't mix them, why sometimes you can't add xanthan gum, sometimes you can't add xanthan gum to products that contain BTMS versus why you can add xanthan gum if you don't have, cationic ingredients. There is a measure of chemistry to it, but the basic general things you can definitely learn and definitely play around with. Conversion, what you're asking for about conversion from percentage to grams is it's very, very simple. It's actually just a formula. Your formula should always total 100%. All right, and so everything you want to formulate at 100%, and then you convert that directly to grams, and then you multiply that by how many times you want to make it. All right. So I'm giving away all the secrets here, but yeah, one day I just highly recommend doing a formulation course if you can, or talking to a chemist who does this, because it's a lot, but it's not impossible. It's definitely doable. It's definitely real. And once you figure it out, it's a lot of playing and it's a lot of mixing and matching and all of that. But you guys, you got this. Definitely, I would also definitely check out swiftcraftymonkey.com. Definitely worth it to me. Because even sometimes, like if I'm trying to figure out more about a particular ingredient, and yes, you can go into your science, and I do. I have the science handbook of cosmetic chemistry. Get yourself a cosmetic chemistry book. Definitely get yourself one. It will also even give you the basics of cosmetic chemistry, getting your lab equipment, getting clean equipment, disinfecting things, giving you a basic general of what you need, like learning the structure of your hair, right? Learning what your hair is made of, right? That was, if you guys noticed when I first did you probably don't know, but when I first did my blog all those years ago, 3 years ago, a little bit longer, whatever. The first couple of blog posts I did were all about the structure of your hair, right? That is where cosmetic chemistry should begin at, really, right? Because if you're formulating, you don't know why you're formulating. Why? Okay, so you need to understand your why, which is your hair. You need to understand what your hair is made of, um, the different proteins, the different fatty acids, all of that, because then you will become a better formulator, right? Because then you can say, like, oh, I'm using this oil because of why? Because it has strength, it has proteins, has amino acids, has this. Understanding those things are so important when it comes to formulating, because anybody can just put stuff together and have a product, and then they can't figure out why it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work for black hair? Why do we have products out here that we buy, we use, and we throw out, right? We use, and we throw, we hate it. We're like, buy it, and we hate it. We're like, oh, it's because people can formulate, but they don't really formulate for a reason, for a why. Like, for what is this product for? What is this ingredient for? How much can I use of it? If I use max, if I use minimum, right? Um, all of that. I know I'm on a long tangent about it, and I said I wasn't going to, but yeah, I would say this. I'm very, very passionate about it, and I just like for people to not like waste time trying to formulate and wait. No, you're gonna look. You're always gonna waste product when you're new to formulating, because but you're gonna be making small batches to figure out what you like, what you don't like, what ingredients work best for your hair, and those will become like your core ingredients until you branch out into something new. Like my core ingredients were definitely like shea butter, mango butter, avocado, and almond oil. I love those. And I was afraid to branch out. But then as you learn more about other ingredients, you'll branch out and you make better products, and you'll learn like, oh, I can use this. This pumpkin seed oil is amazing. This is amazing. You'll learn more about ingredients, and you'll make better formulations and better products. I know, I'm talking a lot. All right, you guys. Let's see. So let me just answer this, and I'm probably going to end it very soon because I've been on for like 2 hours running my mouth. Okay. Where are you from? I'm actually from the U.S. I currently live in Philly, but I'm originally from Texas. Z Baby says, can I make your tea DIYs? Can I use aloe vera? Yes, you can definitely use aloe vera juice in your teas. Bomb. What if I don't have black seed for the tea rinse? Will it not be as effective? I would say as long as you have the green tea, you should be fine. The green tea also has DHT fighting properties, like it blocks excess DHT production. If you can find black seeds though, because black seeds cover a number of issues, not just with hair fall, just it's amazing for your scalp, amazing for your skin. Check Amazon, check your Indian grocery. If you can't, just put it on the back burner, use what you have for now, and you can get it, you can get it. Cupcake says, what's the best thing to detangle 4C hair? I'm a fan of using, I don't know if you've seen my video, I actually use Nopal Cactus, which was amazing. I've used Ambunu, and I actually really like to start with your fingers first, starting from the bottom of your hair and working your way to the top. But those detanglers will help make it easier to detangle your hair. You can use a comb or a brush detangler, but do not start from the top of your hair. And I highly recommend sectioning your hair off before you detangle your hair. Put it into sections to make it easier for your hair. My oat and aloe deep conditioner is amazing for detangling. It has so much slip in it. Never detangle your hair while it's dry. And yeah. Derma says, you're so smart, Michelle, and you make sense. Thanks so much for sharing. You're welcome. You're welcome. Cupcake says, by Zenny, you will be rewarded. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the live today. Looking forward to the video on Tuesday. Have a great week. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Cupcake says, thank you so much for sharing and caring. UK in the house. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, you guys. I am going to actually head out. It's been about 2 hours, and I have a lot of filming to do for you guys for Tip Tuesday, which I'm really excited about. And thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, you can definitely drop it in the comment section after this, and I'll try to get back to everybody's questions. And thank you guys. Misty says, thank you for sharing so much knowledge. You're so welcome, Misty. Thank you, Nora. She said, have a great week. Thank you. Have a great week, everyone. Bye. Bye. It says, thank you for the recipes and all you do. You're welcome. You're welcome, NJ. You're welcome, Tammy. Bye, Janine.